I have a story way too good not to share with you guys now. This is one of the reasons why I'm leaving Texas. Not this story in particular, but this is what taxpayer dollars go towards in Texas. In particular, my district. So, what am I gonna rant about today? Tony Tinderholt. This guy is a pro-life, Christian conservative, and he just introduced House Bill 948. And, well, apparently he heard the phrase abortion is murder and took it seriously. He proposed a bill that would make getting an abortion a criminal offense in Texas. Now, people disagree with abortions, and that's your opinion, man, but according to the Constitution, Roe v. Wade, abortion's not illegal. You can't penalize people with it. But he doesn't care about that. He doesn't care about facts or the Constitution. No. So, but the irony is just too good to deny in this case. He proposes a bill called, House Bill 498 or 948, the Abolition of Abortion in Texas Act. But get a load of this. This is a direct quote from Mr. Tinderholt. I'm not saying, I've never said, and the bill doesn't say that abortion would be abolished and illegal. We call it that bill, but the bottom line is this. We're just changing criminal and penal code status. Well, interesting. Changing what status to what? Because legal abortions are legal. Texas is obviously a state that is big into the pro-life movement, and that's something I disagree with. I believe women should be able to choose whether or not they have an abortion between 0 and 23 weeks. I believe that if there's the life of the mother in danger, obviously you should get an abortion to save the mother's life, and a lot of times the fetus will die anyways. Incest, rape, these were all things that would get an exemption for an abortion past 23 weeks or before a girl is old enough to legally get an abortion. So this is what he had to say about adults consenting to sex and, being responsible, because that's a recurring theme here. Right now, it's real easy. Right now, they make it important to be personally responsible because they know they have a backup of, oh, I can just go get an abortion. Because people think like that, Tony. People say, oh yeah, I don't have to wear a condom or worry about pulling out or getting this girl pregnant. She can just have an abortion and mentally break down and, be traumatized because it's a traumatizing experience for people that have been through it. I know girls that have had abortions, and it's not easy for them. It still haunts them to this day. Nobody feels good about it. It's a last resort option for most girls. And we're talking about girls in most cases, people who can't even provide for a family on their own. But he goes on. Now we both know that consenting adults don't always think smartly sometimes, obviously. But consenting adults need to also consider the repercussions of the sexual relationship they're gonna have, which is a child. Okay, wait, hold on. So, if your view is that consenting adults know what they're getting into, then why would you remove the exception for rape, Tony? Because obviously somebody is not consenting. That's what makes rape rape. I mean, literally, this story makes my head hurt. This guy is my state representative for my district in Arlington. This is where my taxpayer dollars go. Like, you can disagree with abortion. That's cool. But this bill is a walking contradiction. It says we're gonna charge women who get an abortion, or at least open up the law books, because he thinks all abortions are murder. So he's gonna charge them with murder if he could. In Tony Tinderholt's perfect world, I'm guessing. So probably what's a miscarriage in his house? Like a negligent homicide or an accidental death? You're gonna call in the forensics team, Tony? If you're so pro-life? Here's another, let me just read you a quote. Because he was asked by a reporter why he wouldn't make this exception for rape or incest. This is what he had to say. As a firm believer that God creates children in his own image regardless of how that child is brought into the world, it's created in his image. And how could someone want to destroy that? Well, that's an airtight logic right there, Tony. Not only did he not answer either of the questions about rape or incest, but he's talking about his religious beliefs. Has he heard about the separation of church and state? The state shall favor no religion or endorse no religion. But I guess he thinks it's perfectly fine to bring his Christianity into everyone's lives. And these are the same people, these same Republicans, that are worried about Sharia law. What's Sharia law? It's religious law. Imposing religious law on an entire segment of society. I'm an atheist. I don't believe in God. And even if I did believe in God and the Bible, literally, as did word for word, the Bible's pro-abortion. A lot of people are probably shocked to hear that, but according to the Bible, if a woman's pregnant and the husband is suspicious that she may have slept around and maybe it's not his kid, he should give her bitter water. And bitter water referring to a poison. And it says if she miscarries, the baby was not his and she cheated. So, God was pro-murder? Pro-abortion? Oh my God. And here's the major irony. He has one last quote I want to read. I don't think there should be any exceptions to murder, no matter what. So if this child was out of the womb and it was a child born out of rape or incest, no one would be okay with killing a child. I look at it like that child is a child in the womb, just like it's out. So, he did eventually kind of give an answer to why rape and incest were okay. Because no one would be okay with killing a child, and there should be no exceptions to murder, no matter what, in his own words. Now the irony of all of this is if it couldn't be more ironic. Tony Tinderholt was a combat veteran whose job it was to kill people. Now, I'm not saying anything bad about our military, and our troops are not the ones to ever blame. You should be respectful and thankful for the sacrifices they put through, even if you disagree with the reasons that they were in a occupied territory in the first place. But don't give me this bullshit about being pro-life and every life is made in God's image and there should be no exception to murder when your job was to kill people. Wasn't that one of the 10 Commandments, Tony? Thou shalt not kill? There wasn't a subscript saying, unless your government says it's okay. No, it says thou shalt not kill. So if you're gonna be ignorant, at least be consistent in your ignorance.